Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of solving graphs. This is standard 7.6G in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 15 of the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a survey, and we're looking at the food choices of 80 students. So that's going to be important because we've got 80 students represented here, but we also need to realize that since it is a circle graph, it is always going to equal 100%, and that's how they're typically going to give you your amounts is in percentages as opposed to the total number. So we're going to need to calculate the number of each of these sections, but they're only going to give us the percentage. So based on the circle graph, we need to find how many more. So that lets us know that we're going to subtract. Students chose pizza, then salad. Okay, so we're looking for pizza and salad. Now, there's two different ways to figure out numbers for these, and let me show you a shortcut after I show you the, probably the best way to do it. So let's start with this salad. So salad, we've got 10% of, and then our total is 80. So we need to remember, all right, so of means times. We're going to multiply 10% times 80. We don't typically multiply with percents, we multiply with decimals. So let's change this percent into a decimal. If there's no decimal within the percent, it's always at the end after the ones place. You move it over 2 times to the left, and it's really 0.10, or really 0.1. So we can multiply, but most of you know what happens when we multiply by 0.1. It's the same thing as dividing by 10, right? We just get 80, but now we just get the decimal moved over once. So that's really 8. All right, so 8 students. Would have been a lot easier if they would have just told us 8, but they're going to make us do a little bit of work. Let's figure out this pizza here. This is 30%. We'll do this same deal here of 80. So that's going to be multiply. Let's turn this 30% into a decimal. 1, 2. It's going to be 0.3. We don't need that 0 right there. So let's just do 0.3 times 80, and that's going to be 240. Bring that decimal back in because I've got 1 digit behind the decimal. And there we go. I've got 24, and so all we're going to need to do in just a moment is subtract those two. Simple. Now, let me show you the shortcut, and let's say you wanted to find something else here. Take a look at how all of these numbers are related. So 10% is kind of my base right here. Then I've got 20%, 30%, 25, 15. So they're all multiples of either 10 or multiples of 5. And you could say they're all multiples of 5. So look what I found. I've already found this 8 and this 24. If I wanted to find this sandwich of 20, I could do 20% of 80, or guess what? 10% times 2. I'm going to multiply that by 2. I'm going to double it, and I'm going to get 20%. So if my 10% is 8, my 20% is going to be 16. So sometimes you can find one of these, like usually one that's a factor of all the other ones, and then you can use that to find some of our missing ones. So what about hamburger and hot dog? They're 15s. Well, this 15% is really a 10%. That's going to be 8 plus a 5%. Well, if 10% is 8, then that means we're going to cut that in half. And that 5% is going to be 4, so you can reason that it's going to be 12. And you can kind of do the same thing with this 25%, right? So 25% is going to be 20%, which we already know is 16, plus this 5%, which is 4, so that's 20. So if you really wanted to, you could figure out the number of each of those, and all those add up to 80. But we need to subtract our pizza and our salad. Pizza and salad, 24 minus 8, is going to be B, 16.